Hi everyone, this is E. From this hour, I'll be sharing the update for the localization workstream. So first of all, I'd like to share the objectives and the goals of the workstream during this PI. Our main objective is to make module loop more accessible and to improve usability for the user in different parts of the world. And our main focus for this PI is to define the requirement for the currency, time zone, and the language localization. The workstream member are myself and the three other colleagues from the TISA work and Louis from Probase. Louis is also co-leading this workstream. So firstly, the time zone localization. The reason why we need the time zone localization is the hub operator will have to communicate about the transaction and the settlement and the other operational businesses with settlement bank and the other DFSB who are onboarded on the switch on day-to-day basis. And they have to communicate about those operation and the transaction in their localized time zone. So we brought this localization feature, and the approach we like to take is we will be storing the data of the transaction in the UTC time zone. The login is also done in the UTC. But for the presentation layer, especially the portal such as the finance portal, admin portal for the hub operator, and the participant portal for the DFSB will be display the transaction and the report in the local time zone. For the implementation status, we separate two phases. The first one is we will be taking the local machine time zone, and then we will be displaying the transaction and the report in that localized time zone. It's already done for the VNAIC code base. We need some more testing for the implemented feature. For the phase 2, we will be having a feature where the hub operator can set up a hub time zone in the admin portal. So after setting up that time zone, everyone who log into the system, such as the portal, will be seeing the transaction in that setup time zone. In terms of the timestamp format, we are using the ISO format for the timestamp. For the currency configuration, the approach we take is the hub operator or the technician who are deploying the hub will have to onboard the currency list that the hub will be operating in. So after that, they will have to create the account for the hub and the participant in the admin portal. After that, they can start using those currency in the transaction. So I like to share some demo for those things. So I'll be sharing the demo in the VNAIC admin portal. So first of all, I like to share the time zone configuration and the localization. Currently, I will share the transfer record. Currently, the transaction are in UTC +7 time zone. So let's say I like to change the time zone that are displaying on the portal. So I'll be changing the time zone in my local machine. So I'll be changing to Tokyo time zone. So currently my machine is in the Tokyo time zone. So after that, I'll be refreshing the admin portal. So the record are in Tokyo time zone, which is UTC +9 now. So after that, the report are also in that time zone as well. Let's say I'll be downloading a DFS resettlement report. So after after searching with some of my preferred criteria, so the settlement created time and the other time related attribute will be displaying with the updated time zone that I just set up. So in terms of currency update, let's say the hub is already been deployed and onboarded with a number of currency. So the thing after that, they will be seeing the list of currency they have onboarded. Currently, the UI hasn't been updated, but after the update, the list of the currency onboarded will be showing in this session. So let's say the currency are already in the system. The thing we have to do is we will have to set up the hub account so that the operator or the DFS we can do the transaction in that currency. So we will have to set up the account for two accounts for the hub. One is multilateral settlement account and the reconciliation account for the hub. After that, they will have to set up the account for each participant. Let's say for the demo wallet TFSP, we will have to set up a financial position account and a settlement account. So after setting up all the account, we will be able to make transaction with those currency.
All right, thank you so much. So Pooh will help me share the screen for the presentation and then I'll speak through it. Thank you so much, Pooh. We could go on the next screen. So on the screen that is being currently seen, we're just introducing the language localization. Our initiative, we basically aim to enhance the global reach and user experience of Mojaloop by offering the software in multiple languages. So to achieve what we want to do, our approach has been segmented into 3 steps. Number 1 is we want to research the existing libraries that will help us with the language localization. And then number 2, we want to understand the UI and UX best practices. And the third one is providing recommendations. So on researching existing libraries, we've looked at the libraries that are aligned with our tech stack that we've been using for the Mojaloop and for understanding the UI and UX best practices. A significant aspect of localization is that we want to ensure that the user interface and the user experience are tailored to the cultural and linguistic preferences of our target users. So part of it, this will include designing flexible UI layouts that can accommodate text expansion for different languages. Yeah. Then also the third one, which is providing recommendations. Based on our research, we understand that we want to offer a detailed recommendation on which libraries and practices to adopt. So the major objectives that we want to take by undertaking this local language localization initiative is that we aim to achieve several strategic objectives. On the next screen, number 1, we want to expand the market. Number 2, we want to improve our user experience. Number 3, competitive advantage. Number 4, cultural sensitivity. And the last one, sovereignty and ownership. So for market expansion, we want to enter new markets by offering Mojaloop in multiple languages, thus broadening our user base and increasing our global presence. Number 2, on improved user experience, we want to enhance user engagement as well as satisfaction by providing a native language experience, making the software more accessible and enjoyable to use. Then number 3, on competitive advantage, we want to stand out in the market by supporting diverse linguistic and cultural needs, which would demonstrate our commitment to inclusivity as well as user-centric designs. Number 4, on cultural sensitivity, We want to ensure our software respects and aligns with cultural norms and preferences, which will then help us avoid any potential cultural insensitivity and fostering positive user relationships. The last one, sovereignty and ownership. Because Mozaloop is an open source, so we want to ensure that in different localities where it will be deployed, people have sovereign ownership of the system, which will help them customize and use it to its best capability. So some of the libraries that we've evaluated on our next slide, number one, the I-18 Next, the GetText, Globalize, as well as React internationalization. So we've selected these libraries, number one, based on different criteria that we had set up as a work stream in terms of selecting the libraries that may help us. Number one was on compatibility with our technology stack. And number two is in the support that each library has in terms of the community. How good is the support? If we have an issue, is the support, are we going to get support? And is support still ongoing or support cut? So part of the recommended libraries that we feel would work best with the technology stack that we have is the I-18 Next. So this particular library is being recommended because of its comprehensive features, its ease of integration with the current tech stack that we have, as well as the strong community support that it comes with. So it also offers versatile and robust solutions for various localization needs. So based on this number of things, we have highly recommended the I-18 Next library to be used as the library for language localization. So in a nutshell, in terms of language localization, our initiative is a comprehensive effort to make Mozaloop a truly global platform by leveraging the best available tools and adhering to industrial best practices. We also aim to deliver a localized experience that meets the diverse needs of our international users, and also ultimately driving growth and success for the Mozaloop platform to ensure that at least it has been adopted in the COMESA market as we aim. So to demo how the language localization would work ideally on the DFSP and the financial portals, we created a web page and used the I-18 Next library to just switch between languages. I'll share my screen. So what we did on this particular one, initially we were supposed to use either the financial portal, the DFSP portal. However, due to technical challenges that we had, we instead decided to mimic the Mozaloop website to just try and showcase how ideally the language localization would work. So ideally here you have English and Spanish. However, as we go into developments, what will happen is that we'll have a drop down of several languages that the localization will come with. But for this particular demo, we decided to use English and Spanish just for this particular purpose. So as we can see, ideally the web page is in English. However, when we click Spanish, it immediately changes. So we note that all the menu items changed, as well as the message here and the registration button. However, for this, the image here didn't change because we just got this image from the website and plugged it in. So it isn't being affected by the library capability to change text because it is an image. However, for the rest of the text on the website, we can simply alternate amongst the available languages that we would have and integrate into the system. So for the community, we have the workstream Slack channel where you are welcome to push in questions, and also for those that want to come through and join the channel and workstream, please, you are welcome to come through and put up your contributions to ensure that we don't overlook certain important aspects that we may overlook. Otherwise, this was it for the presentation. If there are any questions, we are ready to take them. Thank you very much.